Hello. Welcome, my friends, to the show that never ends. Little ELP. Got got a bunch of the folks here. I'm gonna see how long I can go. Because the thing is once I start getting choked up, it's like over for me. So I'm gonna try to talk and we'll do our thing. I'll tell you a little bit about welcome, Steve Gosney, if you don't know. Uh, Share widely. Everybody's doing these tributes to Jeff. And first, I wanted to thank everybody for reaching out there. Everybody's been asking me to say something and do something like this, but I don't really feel that comfortable doing it. But I was like, to me, it's private, and I've got personal thoughts about things. See, I'm already getting choked up, but I don't really feel like it's my place. I mean, I'm just a guy and, knew Jeff through the internet. But then, what I thought about when I thought about it is that, that's kind of the way everybody is here, right? Everybody is missing him and Jeff and thought a lot about him. But all of y'all are really, I mean, with a very few exceptions, you all were basically have never met him. It was basically an internet relationship. And there are exceptions, of course. We have Flux and Meme Copium and Legal Mindset and a few others that actually met him, in person. But a lot of this was just, you have a relationship with this person through the internet. And that's such an odd thing. And that's kind of the way it is with me also, right? But yeah, so, I wanted to talk about that first, about like, is that a real relationship? Something that you have with over the internet with somebody? It's an odd thing. I don't know. But my wife bites no. But wait a second now, wifey. Did you say no? Okay. Did you say no to that? Well, I don't know. Well, I will say that. Well, you can. I know that, but didn't when we met and then we fell in love, but then we wrote, right? So was that fall? I mean, we had these chat dates. In fact, when we were first courting, my wife was from the Philippines. We had met and we knew we liked each other, but we got to talking and we chatted over the internet and developed a relationship over the internet for a couple years, actually, just chatting on the internet. So, and then now I've been married 25 years now. So I don't know. We got a beautiful son. So I think, this means of communication is real, right? I mean, it's as real as it comes. I mean, where are your friends coming from nowadays? I mean, now we live in such a hectic world and cycles. Now, some of my friends, like I have some West Virginia friends that live in like the real world where they relax and they talk and they go to church together and they, maybe I'm idealizing it a little bit, but we go up there and they have big family gatherings and cookouts, and it's so wonderful, which is kind of the way humanity has lived their entire life. But now we're moving into this world of cities and internet and relationships that are more virtual. And, so I don't know. But I will say that, and I have here's my drink for Jeff's tonight. I have a drink for Jeff. This is a tamarind martini. Mm. So I'll say, one of the things that really makes me sad is that Jeff was probably my biggest supporter. And I don't really know what I did to deserve that. See, let's turn away from that. Let's see, who we got in this chat here. We got a lot of people. I'm going to say, we got been there, done that. We got a good people. Shane Sousa's here. Thank you for the tip. Randy Wright. See, Randy Wright, like there's a good example. He's emailed me a couple of times. Really nice guy. And you get to know these people, even like my chatter. In fact, I would say that, the Vice Squad, I really feel like I'm part of the Vice Squad. And that is like kind of, I feel like my community. And now I'm going to lose that? That stinks, man. Because I love the Vice Squad. I loved all the people there. He had a great chat. A lot of my friends came from the Vice Squad. So Yeah, yeah. Let's see, Ginger with his soul. I know we got all see all these people like Lily. See, I mean, where have we been, right? Um, Jay Liebgott. You love to say his name. It's so funny. I'm probably missing it, but Slidey Pie's here. See, like Slidey Pie, she read my entire book cover to cover online. And what did I do to deserve that? I don't know. Um, yeah, so the Vice Squad is great, and I really feel like of all the communities, like the Vice Squad is my group, and um, so here I'm going to have a toast here to Jeff first of all. So I don't know. I mean, I think that it's these relationships you develop are as real as they come, right? Um, I mean, what is it if they're not sitting in front of you? You can still talk to them. You still get to know them. But I'm a terrible judge of character too, so I don't. What do I know? But I mean, Jeff was very good to me and very kind to me. He was one of. I mean, he was my biggest supporter. I'd say online. He had me on multiple times just to talk about like the one that I really meant a lot to me was the Prepare stream, which was about a 3-hour stream that we just talked about Prepare. And nobody else really did that for me. And he has a big audience and he sold a lot of books, but he also really was interested in what I was saying. And that's what really set it apart because I write these books and I do that. See, he's D-Watt's got a Vice Squad. He's gonna make don't do that. See, I know I look at his logo. But I mean, the reason I write these things is because I have something to say and I want you all to read them. And other people I'd go on there and I'd provide my little legal commentary and then they'd go around the circle and then they'd say, okay, what do you got, guys? Oh, buy my book, right? But Jeff was really interested in things I was saying and things I was doing. And we had like 3 hours. We went in depth and we had and of course, everybody's saying Jeff's a boomer. Don't say that. He was an Xer. Okay, I'm an Xer. He was an Xer. We were very close in age too. And so we had the same musical interests. We played guitar. Oh, well, thank you. Here, look, we've got people chatting up a storm here. McRae, so glad to see you. Good to see you. See, this is a little community, right? So, see, now let's take it. Every time I get choked up, I'll have to have a drink to Jeff, right? Drink to Jeff. So, yes, and this is rare in the history. So he's talking about per capita. Per capita, Jeff has the most books. Now Nick Rekieta sold the total. He sold like 90 plus books, but Jeff sold per capita sold more. So and he was very proud of beating the Pope, the law Pope, when he was at his peak, and so. But Jeff was great. He the other thing that I'll say that Jeff did. One of them was that stream we did on the Prepare book, which I think I reposted. Was one that really meant a lot to me because Prepare is like my book that's very close to my heart. That's kind of my personal philosophy, something I've developed. It's a lot of life-giving stories, right? Other stuff, law stuff is like, that's what I do, but it's not who I am. Prepare is more of like a book of philosophy and self-help. So those are, I really like Prepare. And I told Jeff that, and he said, well, why don't you come on and we'll have a discussion about it. And he was really, really, interested in what I was saying. And I don't know, that was such a meaning to me, that was a meaningful stream. Now, maybe it wasn't the best stream we've ever done or whatever, but that's when I look back and I'm like, boy, Jeff, he did me great. And I mean, he really liked me. I mean, it's like, that's something he's interested in. What was it else? Like the other thing that Jeff did, which was spectacular. And this was Steph, the altar nerd. If you remember the stream when we funded Brucey, Steph the Alternative was there, and Aussie Overlord, and Let's Go Brandon was there, and my buddy Finn Pat was there, and it was kind of a complex. I almost need to go back and revisit it. I'd like to find that stream because that was the one where I was trying to get Brucey the One-Eyed Wonder Dog funded. See, there's the Brucey the One-Eyed Wonder Dog up here, right? And everybody contributed. Aussie Overlord did, Let's Go Brandon did, FinPat did, and a lot of people did. There was a lot of chatters that put some money in the pot because I had an artist that was very expensive, but did it right and got Brucey fully funded. And that was Jeff's stream. And, and he kind of gave it over. And I'd say I always felt bad about that because, here I am, he's making money off his stream. And I'm coming on kind of hoarding in on his action, right? He's, his contributors, but he did that out of generosity because he wanted to see Brucey get fully funded, which was so great. Duncan, Idaho, take your friendships wherever you can get them and treat them like they're treasures. Yes, you don't have to look any kind of way, not from you tomorrow. Life is fleeting. Very good, Duncan, Idaho. I will cheers to that. So here we go. Yes, but I always feel guilty about these things. I don't know. But he was great, and so, and the other thing he would do is he would do like these, what was it? What did he do? Steve Gosney, Out for Justice. So he did these streams. It was so funny. Here we go. Oh, well, yeah, let's talk about this. McRae H. Thank you very much for the super chat. He says, McRae H., I love the streams where you all talked about music. Jeff's love of Queen and Rush really endeared me to him. Oh, and that was another thing. So we had a lot of musical commonality, right? And Rush, if you remember, I played a bunch of Rush songs on my Rumble channel. You can go back and look at them where I'm playing my bass to like La Villa Strangiato, which was a lot of hard work, man. I'll tell you, getting those little bass solos in there, I could always play it straight through, but I could never get the bass solos. And now with the internet, you can like dissect the solos and slow them down. So I was able to kind of get exactly what Geddy was doing. I've never been able to figure it out. So I did that for Jeff and I think I dedicated that one to Jeff. It was one of the Rush tunes. I think it was La Villa Strangiato. And so he loved Rush. Sorry, the wife is over here. She's there watching TV. So Jeff loved, and of course, doing the, what's going on over here? Oh, Just Dawn, Soulless Ginger. Thank you for the super chat. I still have to tell you about my super secret past life. I'll give you a hint. It involves two of your favorite bands. Ooh, two of my favorite bands. Boy, I don't know. Man, which bands are they? My top five generally, I just say are Led Zeppelin, Rush, Yes, Pink Floyd, and the Police. And that was really great, and so, but I also like so much music. You always talked about Ginger. He's like, Ginger, you and Ginger. Cheers. One thing, man, I thought Jeff could drink, man. I mean, I don't know what's going on, but Jeff could just kill it. I don't know how he even survived. I mean, like 30 shots in one night. Yeah, the Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd, which era? No, I'd say starting with like Metal and Obscured by Clouds all the way through The Wall is the era that I really like the most. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of odd. So I mean, you think about all these things he's done for me, and I mean, like, who am I? I'm just some random lawyer in Florida, right? How does he know me? But he was actually quite. I mean, people don't realize this about Jeff. He was a very smart lawyer. He was a smart guy, and he knew what he was talking about. He was very. He had a very well. We shared a lot of interests and commonality, but he was not a bad. He was a good lawyer. He was very well qualified and done, perfectly positioned, and very thoughtful. And it's one of the people love to comment on his sense of humor. People that are very smart can have very good senses of humor. Oh, MLS, 5 Galaxy Law memberships. Yeah, I will say I have a show I'm planning. By the way, you guys, just so you know, I'm sneaking that in there. I have a show. It's going to be kind of different. Well, I can tell you, it's going to be. I've got a friend who I'm working with. I'm going to be speaking in Arizona in February. And the title of the seminar is going to be Technology on the Road and in the Courtroom. And technology on the road and in the courtroom. And the buddy I'm going to do that with is with a company called Kodiak. and Kodiak does autonomous driving for trucks. So I'm thinking I might have him on to interview him about autonomous driving trucks. So, anyways, I now Soulless Ginger. I'm interested in which bands are you involved in? Cheers again, Mr. Jeff. So anyway, so we have this kind of online community, the Vice Squad. In fact, David Nelson's not here. I think he couldn't make it tonight, but he's the one that got me in trouble with that book. He got me laughing. I was in the Vice chat, in fact, and we were talking about the idea for death penalty desires, right? And it was cracking me up because I had just got done with a death penalty case, and one other thing that it was some major. Oh, I know, it was the Virgilio Aguilar Mendez case, right? So I had the Mendez case and the death penalty case that both resolved at the same Thursday. And so Friday, I'm like, I had all this work and I was crushed and everything was going. And then all of a sudden, everything's off my desk and I was clear and I relaxed and I was having fun. And we were in the Vice chat. We were in the Vice Squad chat. And David Nelson starts talking. He's like, you should write a book called Death Penalty Desires. And I thought that was such a funny, oh, Nick Starro is here. Here's another one of my buddies, right? These people, they've met me and they reach out to me. And, it's funny because, oh, here we go. Look at these. Thank you very much. McRae AHU have been very nice. Thank you tonight. Steve, you really need to put Queen in your top 5. Jeff knew Brian is out. I'm not dissing Queen at all. I very much like Queen. I do. It's just that when I play it, I don't know. I mean, my wife probably likes Queen a little bit more, but I do love Queen. There's no doubt. And I've played a lot of Queen. Oh, and Eileen says, good to see you. Appreciate all of you are willing to stream right now. It means a lot. Jeff was such an avid reader and always can't break book recs. Yeah, and that's what I wanted is I just want people to read in my books. I mean, that's the thing. I really wanted them to, buying it is a precondition, I guess. And if you don't value it, then you don't pay for it, right? But Jeff was so good at promoting my books and promoting my things that I was doing and promoting my ideas. Oh, and yeah, that's the other thing I was going to tell you. So this is going good, right? Are you guys having fun? This is nice to reminisce. It's kind of, it's like what reminisce about me. But you guys are here in the chat. Chat away. This is the Vice Squad chat coming over here to chat, right? Cheers to you all. Cheers to the Vice Squad and Jeff. Let's God bless them. So, yeah, what was it? What was I going to tell you about that? Boy, it's so much going on. I don't know. I'm getting confused. That's right. One drink confuses me. Boy, and Jeff could drink them under the table, couldn't he? He was amazing. He had an iron liver, and he had one of these. He always smoking the cigar, and they had the doggies. He was really the Lorax. Yeah, he was great. And he had a great sense of humor, which was a sign of intelligence. But oh yeah, he would do this thing called Steve Gosney, Out for Justice, right? Oh, MLS. What are you saying, MLS? MLS is a buddy. See, here's another guy. I've met MLS though. We met out in Tennessee. Steve used to buy the album Spit by Kittle. Okay, let me check that. Let me write. See, I always write these music recommendations down. Spit by Kittle. All right, let's see here. I've got it written down. Thank you, Mr. MLS. MLS is one of my fellow streamers who's a good guy. Duncan, Idaho. I missed the 50% chance a mere mention of my name might cause Jeff to start talking about Dune. I missed that guy. Yes, Duncan, Idaho. Yeah, I get the reference. Always do. And he loved it. We love sci-fi fantasy. Like, this is the thing. We had so many commonalities. Of course, I think it might be generational. I don't know. Jay-Z, thank you. I've been thinking of the English word for love all day, and I rewatched that stream. It really does encapsulate a lot of meanings for one small word. Yes, Jay-Z, perfect. Very good. Yeah, so I've got that. Valhalla Awaits is here. There's another one of my friends. See, all these people have reached out, and boy, I'll tell you, there's some bad people out there that love to watch this stuff and love to hate. Something I've learned this year is that there's people that just love to hate. They enjoy tearing people down. But Jeff didn't do that. And I try not to do that. Cheers to Jeff. Cheers to the Vice Squad. So, yeah, he did this. So Jeff did this stream called Gosney Out for Justice. I think that was the Kelly case. I'm not sure. I don't know if he did a Virgilio Aguilar Mendez case. Do you know? I think, no, he did. He did that too. I don't know. See, the thing is that I don't know if my hidden hand was behind that, because MLS knows, because I was working on that case and I was feeding him some stuff. So he did a lot of stuff on Virgilio Aguilar Mendez, which was probably one of the biggest cases of my career. And one of the most wrongful, most innocent, probably the most innocent client I've ever represented in my entire life. And he was so good on that one. And then, of course, he followed my Kelly case. And, he was just, I don't even, why was I so deserving of this guy's attention and kindness and generosity? I don't know. But to me, it's, yeah, I had to drink to Jeff. See, every time I get choked up, I'll drink. So Hunter Logan's here. Good to see him. Hunter Logan's on the back of one of my books. He gave me because I just, when somebody says something brilliant and something kind or something that's perfect, I'll use it, but I'll give it a tribute. And Hunter said something very nice about my book. I think it was Death Penalty Debates, wasn't it, Hunter? So, yeah. So Jeff and we had a lot of common interests: science fiction, fantasy, music, same generation. I guess law, maritime law, and as much as I like law, but he was just so kind to me and such a good supporter. McRae, thank you very much. McRae H is being very nice, generous today. Steve, I'm so sad the internet came for you, but I know you will rise above it. I know Jeff will be cheering for you. Here. Cheers. I got to drink whenever I'm getting choked up. Okay, so so I thought about it, like, sorry, this is not a sidecar. This is a tamarind martini. Sorry. So I'm trying. I don't want to have a super long stream. I'm trying to pace it here because there's so many things that I know. But I was thinking, like, I'm not good in these situations. See, I'm a mess. I'm an emotional mess. I'm not the strongest person in these type things. But he was a good guy. Jeez. See, I told you once I hit this wall, it's over. Oh, but people were asking me to stream for this stuff. And I'm like, well, hold on. Sorry. Cheers again. Kaiser. Here's another good guy. Legal Mind Friends, Karen Cole. There's another one. Bigger. See all of you. I see all you and I know all you. But, that's the thing. I was just trying to, like, I don't want to, tell you it's such an ego thing. Like, tell you, but I'm doing it for because I know that you all wanted to have a little tribute stream. So cheers again. I'm not going to be able to say much. I'm just going to be drinking, right? which Vices would be perfectly happy with, right? Sorry. But I mean, I don't know. The Vice Squad, Mrs. K. Grift is here. See, a lot of the Vice Squad is here. Tia, Nina, good to see you. I see Belle of the Bayou, of course, is always first on my Rumble channel. How many are on Rumble and how many are on YouTube, I wonder? Because mainly I do Rumble. You know that YouTube nuked my channel? That was in fact, that was the last thing. I think I was on Nick Staro's stream and Jeff was on there. And because I was complaining because I don't know what happened to my YouTube channel. I don't know. Maybe I haven't been streaming enough because they just killed my YouTube channel. I think I had like 25,000 views on a couple of my videos, and now they're like my most watched video, and there was like 1,700. How do they take away your views? I don't know about that. But yeah, Belle of the Bayou. I prefer both, but Rumble's where freedom lives. Yes, and I'm doing an X too, which is neat. StreamYard now allows you to do 3, so I've got Rumble, X, and YouTube. But I know a lot of people just like YouTube, and so they're on there. But it's easier for you, so that's why I do YouTube. If it was up to me, it would just be Rumble and X. But I know that everybody was like, yeah, but I like YouTube. I hate Rumble, and so if those people, they want to be there, but. Yeah, so Jeff was like one of my biggest supporters, and I never even met him. What a neat guy, and a very smart guy, a very kind man. He was always wanting to have fun. That's the thing. He was a fun guy. Let's see here. Yellow, orange, red. Oh, and here's another one, Fiery Red Podcast. Boy, I don't know if you saw that. I called him the Grave Robber. Did you see that stream we did? The Grave Robber, which was, and he's fighting for his life, really. And he just lost his dad. Boy, this year has been very tough for a lot of us, hasn't it? I think that we've really got to do better next year. I don't know what it is about this year, but it was a hard year. And this was kind of capping it off. It's like, how is it that this person who is on the internet for us had such an impact? It's like, why am I mourning so much for this person that's just like, oh, it's just some internet? Because he was a real person. He was a real good guy. He was a big supporter. And this is somebody that we all, you can't fake streaming. I mean, you get to, of course, like I said, I'm really not a good judge of character. It's not one of my strengths. And so, but I'm glad that at least the people, they like me. I know that Jeff liked me, so and that was nice. So I knew that was I could, I don't know. What am I talking about? What do you guys want to talk about anyway? What are your favorite members of Jeff? So the last thing I was on was with Nick Staro. And I think I was the last person that said something to him on stream, was like, which was on that show. Farm Girl Mom, hi, there's another good friend of mine. See, a lot of these are these internet friends. Yeah, so like the other day I was telling my friend, I reached out to a couple of my internet buddies who I really respect and told them how important they were to me. So maybe we should do that, because it's like you don't get the chance to sometimes say that how much you appreciate it. And like I don't think I really appreciated Jeff until he passed away. I didn't appreciate him quite like I'm expressing it to you. I never expressed him to him like what I'm saying to you right now, which is a shame, isn't it? Maybe I did. I don't know, but okay, McRae H, you're just killing it tonight. Thank you, McRae. It does feel weird, but who else do you have to look up to? Yourself included. It's so weird. Yeah. The world is fragmented. All right. Sorry about that. Let's take a deep breath, right? Let's see what we got going on in the chat. I'm not reading about the chat. No, I usually like to read the chat a lot more, but the chat's going good tonight. See, this is it. Let's that's one of the reasons. Let's keep it going, just for the fact that we've got some some chatters, and we're all here sharing a moment to remember a great guy. Let's see here. Almost done. Oh, done with that one. How about that? Cheers, Jeff. See there, I finished off a Cameron Martini just for you, buddy. Yeah, Sarah Boone, Bob Bill. He says Sarah Boone was in the last stream. Well, the last stream I was on with him was with Nick Staro's stream. Yeah, this is right. See, Warrior, you hit it. Right? It feels a little weird getting so upset, right? But now you need another stream. Yeah, well, that's where Let's Go Brandon comes in, right? Who I reached out to, by the way, and gave him my heart. These are people like, that's somebody that I think I met Let's Go Brandon through Legal Vices. And I met, and Let's Go Brandon was integral into funding a couple of my books, which was very kind of him. And same thing with FinPat, who I call my life mentor. If you ever see FinPat in my chat, really nice guy. He helped me fund, I think it was Brucey, but yeah, and and these are people like, how do you know me? I think it's kind of hard to fake this kind of live interaction, but maybe not. I don't know. I saw that you're on. Jeff will be missed but not forgotten. I hated that my shift change stopped me from watching him live now and then. I know. Let's Go. Brandon's a legend. Yeah, he is a legend. And yeah, interesting how these people. Yeah, and I don't know, who do we look up to in life? I don't know, and who do we have? Like somebody that I really appreciate. Let's appreciate some of these people. I appreciate you, Shane Sousa, and I appreciate all of you in the chat. You right there. I appreciate you for being here and being supportive and being kind. And all my super chatters and people that guide my books and read my books. And I should say that I love the people that read my books. I think that's what I really want them to do. Especially prepare. That's like my opinion. And Brucey the One-Eyed Wonder Dog, and all the things. I mean, all the books that I've written are stuff because, yeah, been there, done that. Yes, okay, you too. And so let's appreciate, like somebody I really appreciate is Valhalla Awaits, who I've met several times in real life, and who is to me my brother. I mean, and it's funny because we're very opposite in a lot of ways. He's younger, he's tougher, he's a door kicker. But we've both been through battles. We both have our scars, and we both have our scars that we show. But Valhalla Awaits is one of my favorite people out here. So let's give him a hug. And he's one of the people. Joe of Good Logic is somebody that I met, and Joe of Good Logic is, to me, we have I don't know, there's a connection there. He has deep faith, and he's a very Orthodox Jew. And I'm, of course, Christian, Catholic. Hidden Hand Media. Here we go. Here's another person that I haven't seen in a while. Good to see you, Hidden Hand. Jeff seemed like a good man. I enjoyed his streams, and you helped me through a tough time. Thank you. I'll always be grateful for that. Rip, Jeff, and God bless everyone. I got a beautiful picture of the Silver Surfer. Just so you guys know. Yeah. So let's see who else can we talk about? Like all the people that came out to my meet and greets when I did the meet and greets. I've been working so hard, I haven't had a chance to do much of anything. Aussie Overlord was very close with Jeff. Yes, that's true, Nero. But yeah, so other people that I really appreciate is Andrew Branca of Law Self-Defense. He is somebody that's always been super supportive of me, and in more ways than one. It's funny because like we have a business relationship. We did the American law courses together, right? And I was the provost, but I recruited some people. Bronco's a good guy, and then of course, I got to stay with him at his house actually for a couple nights out in Colorado, and got to be with his family, beautiful family, and I've been on his streams. Well, Tankrat, thank you very much, Tankrat. Tankrat, and you're one of those people that always gives out memberships, right? It's funny because whenever I see Tankrat, I'm like, oh, Tankrat gifted 10 memberships, right? It was so funny. It was always on the Bite Squad. Thanks for streaming for Jeff. Well, you're welcome. And thank you for always being there for Jeff. He was a good guy. Megan Fox and Flux and Danny, very sure. Danny's a good person. Yeah, but Andrew Branca, he's somebody that, he's a true friend. And when I was in the worst of the worst and down here in Miami, Branca hates Metallica. Well, you can't be perfect. This is funny. These inside jokes are great. And the thing is like, I don't have to agree with Andrew Branca and stuff. In fact, if he agreed with everything, I wouldn't trust it, right? Same thing with Jeff. I mean, we don't agree on everything, but anybody. I mean, Joe, good logic. We fundamentally disagree, right? He's an Orthodox Jew. I'm an Orthodox Catholic. We don't agree on some fundamental stuff, but that doesn't prevent us from seeing the best in each other. So yeah, that was funny. That if people remember the Metallica, like when Andrew, if you don't know that story, I'll tell the story because it was funny about Branca, who I appreciate and I want to thank and I love as a brother and as a good friend I've met through the internet. He's the one that got me involved in all this stuff because he was on Ricada's stream and he invited me on to Ricada's stream. So he's the one. He's like, Gosney's in the chat. You need to get Gosney on here. Send him a link. And the Law Pope was like, really? Who's this guy? He's like, just get him on. And so Branca got me on Ricada's stream. That's how I got involved in all this stuff. He set me on this path, wherever the hell I am now. I don't know. And I don't want to be a big YouTube streamer like Jeff or anybody else. I'm just doing my thing. Trying to spread some love and joy and some happiness and some wisdom in the world. But yeah, Branca. So he's a good friend. I've made a friend off this, right? He's a good friend, and I don't agree with him on a lot of stuff, but he's a stand-up guy, and some things, some people I've met here, and they've shared some very personal and private stuff, and that's just going to remain personal and private, and that's the way it is. Not everything is for internet drama, and nor do I want to cash in on anybody's suffering or anybody's pain or anybody's stories. I mean, there's a lot of people that have shared a lot of very nice and sensitive personal things with me that stay with me, right? Sometimes people need a listening ear. So let me see. Well, what should we do? Should we get a thank you, Tankrat? That was awesome. I feel like I went up. Tankrat kind of brings back a Legal Vices memory because I would say, oh, it's Digger. Good to see you, Digger. Nice to see you. Yeah, like another person, Nicole Maxwell. Nicole Maxwell is really wonderful. She's the president of my fan club. I need a sidecar. We're doing not doing sidecars. We're doing martinis. Oh, here's Fiery Red Podcast right here. Thank you, Fiery Red. Yeah, so Fiery Red's he's having some battles, let's just say, but he's here. And here we are, a community for you, right? It's like, you get kind of lonely. And here's all these people that like we know and we love. And we've seen, like I say, hey, look, Fiery Red's there, man. Fiery Red Podcast is cool. And Fiery Red, I will say, when I was down in my dumps, right? Boy, he's dealing with some real garbage. He's dealing with some real difficult stuff. And, him just dealing with that allowed me to get through it. Because my problems are small compared to Fiery Red. What Fiery Red's dealing with, go look up the grave robber. And he just lost his dad, and his dad was very supportive. Yeah, Farm Girl Mom here. She's another one that I think is so wonderful. Yeah. Yeah, I say I miss my buddy Ricada too. Ricada that I knew, I miss very much. Mr. K Grift. See, there's another one. Sorry. I'm sorry. Jacob Castro, what's up, savages? You know, it's like, what is that? I don't know what you're doing. It's like his signature saying. So funny. Um, anyways, and yeah, like Nicola Maxwell, the president of my fan club, she's doing some tough stuff. Everybody's dealing with tough stuff. And so here's this little community of people we have, and they communicate and be kind and be nice. And Rosalind Duke, yeah, we all miss the old Dick, right? And so anyway, here's Gigi's here. Look at that. Better not go nowhere. Should I get another martini? What do you think? I don't know. Or maybe we should wrap it up. What time is it? 8:41. Well, vulgarly said, but funny. Jay Liebgott. Too funny. Kathy's here. Boy, look at all these nice folks. Oh, and there's J.K.D. Buck, 76. See, nice folks. These are all good. Thanks all. There's Fiery Red. This one's for Jeff. I'd appreciate that. See, and that's a selfless guy, you know. And this the thing is, if we look outside and try to help each other, do something good. Here's what we need to do. Okay, here's my homework. Oh, and here's Randy Wright, who's another fellow who I've gotten to know a little bit through the internet, and he's got a message for Fiery Red. See there? Here's a little homework for y'all. A little homework if you choose to accept it, and that is that do something random and kind for somebody else, even if it's just saying something like, look at them and say, what is it about you that I appreciate? What is it about you that deserves positive recognition? You know? And then here's Let's Go, Brandon. We were talking about you. Yours were burning. You're launching this living room. I know everybody says that. Oh, Mike Lombardo. This Legal Vices. Thank you for streaming. Thank you, Mike Lombardo. Yeah, I know. We're all part of the Vice Squad. I'm always going to be a Vice Squad member for sure. So yeah, so random and kind. Here we go. Erica Thorpe. So yeah, just find something, like if you see somebody or you know somebody, and you know there's so much negativity. Everybody wants to tear people down and be negative and be, you know, mean, and you know, just look at and recognize, just find something positive about somebody that's just random person even. And just say, you know what, I just recognize that you're, you know, and say it truthful. Don't lie. Be absolutely truthful about it. But find it and say, oh yeah, so Brandon's traveling. So he says he's going through security. Good to see you. Thank you for everything. And thank you for being so kind to Jeff and being such a good guy. See there, Ghosts express it right. Yeah, that's the kindest thing. Well, Brandon, and Let's Go, Brandon, and we've talked a little bit offline. Is, you know, he's helped me a lot in getting some of my books done, and he's always been, you know, he says like his relationships are transactional, but that may be in some way, but it's more than that, because it's also the fact that, you know, I mean, like sometimes we need a drink as lawyers. He's the lawyer, the bartender. He, you know, Let's Go, Brandon made an appearance in my book, Death Penalty Desired. He's the bartender, if you remember, and he's had a positive impact on me. So let's see what else. But anyways, I don't know. But find something positive to say about somebody, you know, and you just start with it. Just start one time, you know, and then make it two, and be truthful. Yeah, Mr. Scott, awesome. That was cool, and you guys made it happen. Getting Jeff to 100,000, that was super cool. Super cool. Yeah, this is just a hangout. This is Kathy. Funny. He rents his house out. He's a Jew. Yeah, too funny. Let's Go, Brandon. Those first class drinks are free. Hidden Hand Media. Thank you. My live chats on locals. I don't even know how to do that. I'm so not sophisticated. Oh, Matt Self is here. Look at you. Matt Self. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Sorry for your loss. Very heartbreaking. I know. Yeah, he's a good guy. And anyways, maybe should I do one more drink for legal vices, or should we sign off? Hey, what the risk? What, Brandon? Are you buying drinks again? Jeez, he's in the airport, right? He's going to be buying drinks in the airport. But he was the bartender in my book, if you remember, because it was funny, and it has the full sidecar recipe in Let Death Penalty Desires. Um, it's pretty funny. I'll one more for the road and for the flight. What do you say? Hold on a second. Let me get a thing here. What's that? Having a good streak. No. Get another drink. Ah, goodness. Nice pants. What do you think we did? I'm not at work. What do you remember? Oh yeah, Slidey Pie. You remember the bartender, right? Yeah, Slidey Pie read the book. That was Let's Go Brandon as the bartender. If you remember, it's B Let's Go. It's great. So here we go. No, I'm in my PJs. When I get home, man, I get on my comfies. I get my comfy socks. I get my comfy shirt. I get my comfies. I have to dress up with a tie and suit. Bleh. You got to wear the uniform when you're at work, but when I'm at home. So I have no pride in that stuff, right? I don't care. Like one of those jerkos were criticizing me, like he drinks on stream. It's like, come on. Oh, you ever heard of a lawyer that doesn't drink? And actually, I didn't drink a drop of alcohol until, let me see, 4 years after college. I didn't have any alcohol. And then I only had wine. I've only had mixed drinks in probably the last 10 years. So I'm new to this. So I'm exploring. This is my newest creation. Isn't that pretty? This is I didn't rim the glass, which I should have. This is this is a Vices thing, right? He tells you about what he's drinking. So this is tamarind syrup, orange flavored gin. And it is, what is that purple stuff called, wifey? Chicha Morada. It's a Peruvian purple drink along with mango juice. So don't have a doggy cam, but let's see. So anyways, I don't know what I'm talking about. What are we talking about now? We're talking about Jeff, right? This is a Jeff memorial stream. What a good guy he was. And I don't know. What did I do to deserve his generosity and kindness? I don't know. But I think that it's funny. I had a lot of, now I'm really going to kill it. Okay. I better drink. Okay. Because I'm going to talk about my friend Derek. Jeff had that effect on a lot of people. Like a lot of people said, he always made me so happy, and he always wanted you to be happy and be friendly. And he was one of those guys, right? And I'm blessed. I mean, the friends that I have, I've got the best friends, man. I have the best friends in the world. And how did I get so lucky? I don't even know. Thank you all of you who are my friends. God bless you. And let's go, Brandon. Here you go. This is for you, my buddy. On the house, my bartender. But let me tell you about my friend Derek. I think I've told about Derek, and I usually can't talk about Derek. I'm going to try it. Because he was the same guy. Like, he was a guy that everybody loved, Derek. And everybody thought that he was their best friend. He had this way of making everybody feel like you were his best friend. But I knew that he was really my best. Actually, it's funny because my friend Chris and Derek and I were the closest of friends in law school. So we were three of us. This is a funny story. I'll see if I can get through it because I don't usually talk about Derek, but I do, but it kills me. I choke up. So my friend Derek was very Catholic, and I was before I was a Catholic. I was in law school, and thank you, Warrior, very kind. Thank you. I love you too. So and my friend Chris, who I guess I never really revealed about Chris, but Chris is my godfather of my son, and I'm the godfather of one of his sons. He's my closest friend right now, very close to him. And I met him in law school. And Derek was also, so this was three of us. We were very close in law school. And it is funny because Chris and I used to always say, well, Derek's my best friend. And Chris would say, no, Derek is my best friend right here. So we would always laugh about that and joke. Oh, Wrestler Town. Oh, see, now we're talking. You got to do that. Go see Ginger Man. Get in the here's the place you got to be. You got to be center stage, just behind the mosh pit. That's where you want to be. Okay. Sorry, got my favorite band. See, Jeff would love to talk about music too. So my friend Derek, we had this story. It's like my friend Chris is like invisible. Nobody knows him. Nobody remembers him. Everybody overlooks him. He's a super athlete. In fact, I interviewed him. He's the ultra marathoner who does Ironman. Thank you, Diane. I'm doing good. You guys are helping it out. Brandon's drinking with us. Cheers to you, buddy. So my friend Derek and so nobody knew Chris. Nobody knew him. And it's like everybody, oh, what's that? Oh, I don't know. And Derek was like, everybody loved Derek. Everybody loved Derek. It was like everybody. And then he was just like to know and love him. And then me, everybody hated me. I had a way of pissing people off and like, because I don't care what they think about me. And I would just say, well, you're all wrong. This is the way it is. This is right. You're wrong. And people don't like that for some reason. I don't know why, but there it is. So that was the story. So my friend Chris has this story about like he was out at a party. And now Washington and Lee Law School, we only had 120 people in the class, right? It's a very small law school. There's nobody. It's like, everybody at the school. So, but Chris, he didn't go out he didn't go to parties. It's like he went out to this party and everybody's like, now who are you? Which is perfect because nobody knew who he was. He was just this person that they'd overlook. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm friends. He's like, well, who are your friends? Who do you hang out with? Right. So he's like, well, I hang out with my friend Derek. And this girl says, oh, I love that guy. and then this says, and my other friend's Gosney. And he's like, oh, I hate that guy. Which I thought was like perfect because that explained it. But the neat thing is that we all really those three were very, very close. And Derek passed away about 15 years, 20 years ago now. Well, maybe 15 years. He had cancer. And it's hard for me to talk about him because his daughter has survived him. See, drink here. The reason I'm telling you about Derek is because I think Jeff had kind of that same quality. Hey, good to see you, Zach. Yeah, so Jeff would be like, he had that way of kind of being there, and everybody just kind of hang out. He was kind of, he'd get everybody lined up, he wanted everybody to be in on the party. He'd have those F It Friday streams and everybody be there. And then the chat would be kind of doing its own thing, wouldn't it? So he was a good guy. Yeah. That's good. Thank you. Let's go. See, let's go. This is he doesn't, I should be selling it, but this is a tribute to Jeff. So Brandon, we're going to have a drink on for Jeff, right? You guys are funny, man. See, I love the Vice Squad chat. You guys, I think this is a lot of Vice Squad chatters. I recognize a lot of these guys, right? And the Vice Squad chat was the best. Um, yeah, I don't know. Oh, and then yeah, the other thing is the Mondays, the Maritime Mondays. Let's not forget those things were great, weren't they? How he came up with, like, he loved the ones like the cannibals. He loved the cannibal stories. Here's Brandon. See, we're drinking together, friend. See, there, we're doing it virtually. This is virtual drinking, buddy. God bless you, man. Um, yes, J.K. Bucksy. Whoops, I got it. Here we go. Vice Squad's the best squad for sure. Yeah, Mondays with Jeff. I love those, man. I love those Maritime Mondays where he talk about the shipwrecks and the ship. But see, he really knew what he was talking about. But the way he'd like kind of take you through it and tell you his story, that's a good lawyer too. Good lawyer is a good storyteller. So yeah, that was good stuff too. Maritime, and I think I actually did. What was it? Maritime Monday? I forget it even what it was, but I came on and we did it together. That was neat. That was an honor. You know, he usually doesn't have a guest on Maritime Monday, but he let me on there. I don't know why he was so good to me. Why was he so nice to me? I don't know, but he was. And I respected him, and you know, like I said, I always appreciated him, and I always liked Jeff, but I don't know if I really realized how good he was to me. You know, I don't know. Maybe I did, but let's try to recognize each other a little bit more. Let's try to be kinder to each other. Yeah, Kaiser. Kaiser, here's one of the truly good people on earth. Kaiser and I got to hang out with my wife when we went up to Tennessee. And why is just so nice to be asked the same question every day, man? And see, Kaiser's one of the genuinely nice people on this planet. And I hate to say it, the world is so vicious and cruel. At least the world that I'm in right now, man. I'll tell you, people, civil litigation. Oh my gosh, people are so mean to each other. So when I see somebody like Kaiser, who's a pure-hearted, good guy, I respect that, man. I respect that. That's good. Stay true, Kaiser. You're a good man. And I respect you for that. And I'd much rather be around you any day of the week than some of these mean people who like to tear people down and be nasty. Cheers to you, Kaiser. He cooked me some food, by the way, along with T-Rex Trucking. That's pretty good, man. I'll tell you, these are awesome. It's a tamarind martini. It's tamarind syrup. I have a tamarind rim on this too, but the let me show you that. That's kind of cool. You get to shot everybody gets your cameras going. You get to see my pajama pants too, right? So I'll show you the tamarind stuff. I'll show you the ingredients. Why don't we do that? That's a good Jeff thing, isn't it? Show the ingredients of what you're drinking. All right, hold on a second. Who cares if he says? Oops, I think I lost you. Oh, I lost my orange liqueur on it. Oh, here's the best ingredients. Oh, I almost missed this one. Here we go. You back? I mean, Vice Squad is funny and good looking, no doubt, but Jeff had reminds Coke in the bathroom. What? What is that? What are you talking about? I don't know about that comment. I mean, funny, but you're funny. I don't know what that means, but it's thank you. So here's the thing. I got this tamarind salt rimmer, spiced tamarind salt rimmer. See that? Okay, that's the first thing. I use honey to shrimp. It's really ridiculously sweet. And then and this is cool too. This is see that? Liquid Alchemist tamarindo syrup. This is really good stuff. So you put that in there, right? And what you do is you rim the glass, and then you get a juice. In fact, like you can use pretty much any kind of juice. I had some mango juice, and I had some other like this purple juice that I used with this one, and then put this, and then the orange gin, which I think there's a tamarind spice flavored gin too. But this is the key ingredient. They get all tamarind. The best drink I ever had, was probably the best mixed drink I ever had out, was a tamarind martini at the Savannah River Plant Complex. My wife and I went to a really expensive 5-star hotel for a weekend. That's like I think that wifey, what was that? What anniversary was that when we went to Savannah? 21. So 21st anniversary. And we went to this real nice place, Savannah River Complex. It's a great hotel right down. If you're ever going to go there, it's very expensive. But we went, I'd never really stayed at a 5-star hotel. And I was like, let's just do it once. And they've got all these great bars there and great food. And it was really good. And they had a tamarind martini at this like African bar. It was an African themed bar in the first floor there. And it was great, tamarind martini. And so ever since then, I've been trying to, and I think I got it pretty close. This is spiced tamarind salt rimmer, the tamarind syrup, and anyway, kind of cool. All right, well, what else we got tonight? What else do you have? Guys, have anything else? I guess I could talk about my books. Well, here's another one. See, another friend of mine, Grok. And Grok lives in Serbia, and he's the one that does a lot of my book design. And I was hoping to get out My Difficult Dog, which is my book about Jackson, the difficult dog Jackson. And I was hoping to get that out for Christmas, but it ain't happening because Grok had a stroke. And so he was out of action. I was like, I gave him the job and he was doing it. And then I just stopped hearing from him. And so I'm trying to, hey, Zach, thank you. He's still a member for 11 months. Yeah, thank you for being members. My members and stuff, you guys are awesome. So kind. And so anyways, I will try to get My Difficult Dog done as soon as I can, but I don't want to pressure Grok because he's the one that's got to lay it out for me. And but it's working on it. Thank you, Miss K. Grift. You're going to love, if you like Brucey the One-Eyed Brown Dog, you'll also like My Difficult Dog. It's also very biblically based. And I will read it for you all, just like to say. And he is a difficult dog. See, we all have a wonder dog, and we got a difficult dog, right? So let me see. I got a cigar. What is that? What are you getting me for our anniversary? You're funny. I don't know. What do you want, Zach? It's coming out as soon as Grok gets better and can finish it. I'm giving him time. If he wants to hand it off and to somebody else, then I'll do that. But at this point, thank you. Brucey is great. The Brucey coloring books are available. The next project after My Difficult Dog will be to get Brucey done into a format that I can actually sell. The problem is that I have to buy them at 120 book blocks, and I haven't been selling any books at all. Oh yeah. See, this is good. You're a Rush fan. I love it. So I can't buy 120 books. I'll never sell them. So Hidden Hand. What happened to Chandler? Chandler is now engaged, I think, to the DUI guy, and so I think she's a very loyal person, and she's staying with him. So, and I don't know all the story, but she's posted, and she's gave her condolences to Jeff, but she's with the DUI guy. I forget what his name is, but anyway, so yeah, after I get My Difficult Dog done and out, which I'll do as soon as I can, but I want to give Grok time to recover from his stroke. But then I'm going to get Grok to do. I got to push him to do some more work. That would, yeah, Larry, that's his name, Larry Foreman. then I'm going to push him to do, pay him to do Brucey in a format that is a lot less expensive to reproduce, because I'm sold out. I've only got the coloring books. If you want to buy the Brucey coloring books, it's the same content, but it's not in color. It's black and white. So, yeah. Anyways, let's see what time. Well, we've been about an hour. It's going to be a larger size. The thing is my Amazon printing is a lot less expensive. I've got, see, the Brucey One-Eyed Wonder Dog books that you all have, the people that bought the original, that is like the highest quality printing I could possibly afford. It's basically, if I bought it in lots of 10, it'd be $35 a book. So I'd be losing $10 a book every book. So I can't do that. So, you know, when you buy a larger quantity, 125, you get it down to a reasonable price. Yeah, I'll do that, Miss Crick. I promise you I'll do that. Hey, Danielle. Oops, I'm sorry. Here we go. Here, Danielle. Danielle's my another buddy. Actually, Danielle, let me tell you about Danielle. We've met. My wife and I met with her son and my son. We met one time out at where was that? At Lake Apopka. And then recently, my son and I went to a group called Knocked Loose in Orlando. We went up and saw this concert. It's a heavy group. Very cool. And they were much better live than they were on Jimmy Kimmel and got a lot of abuse because of their hardcore nature. But Knocked Loose is a slamming band. They're great. My son and I, and Danielle, I got to hang out there, and I got Danielle into the mosh pit, and Danielle, that's another story. I guess I can tell the story, Danielle, right? Because you told Vices that I got you into the mosh pit, didn't you? And so Jeff was like, what did Jeff say, Daniel? You gotta share for the folks here, because this is a Jeff tribute stream. Because I mean, come on, you got to get in the mosh pit. That was cool. So I got Danielle to mosh around a little bit. It was fun, wasn't it? But she shared that with Vices, and then what did Vices say back to you? I forget. It was pretty funny, because he was impressed that I got you in the mosh pit, wasn't he? And and Jeff really liked Danielle too. And he also liked Danny On. That's somebody that also he really appreciated. And I think he had a real close connection to. And he had sort of but you know, I don't know. I mean, the guy was very kind to a lot of people. Yeah, so Daniel is going to type it up here. I don't know. Well, probably need to get going here soon. I've been working so hard that I haven't had a lot of energy. So I am planning on doing another stream. I'm going to try to get a stream on with my buddy on truck driving, auto truck driving technology, like automated, from a group it's a company called Kodiak. He said he thinks he wants to come on. Here he is, Danielle. I was looking for you. It was so funny. He said it was awesome that him and his son went to a concert as well that was special to him. He said, we look super happy in our pick and we're glad to have fun. Yeah, we had fun. That was a good time, wasn't it? So these are friends, right? Oh, and you tweeted me a picture that explains your super chat. Well, thank you for the super chat. And thank everybody for the super chats. I think it's time to sign off. We finish off my last little bit of martini. God bless the Vice Squad. This was good. I'm glad I did this. Like I said, I felt it was a little navel-gazy and, you know, like, oh, I'm going to share about Mimi and, you know, sort of thing. But the more I thought about it, the more I was like, you know, we're all in the same boat, right? We all knew Jeff through this internet thing. And so we're all kind of having the same strange mourning period for this person who had an effect on us. So try to do something nice for somebody, pick somebody out, say something good to them, and do a little good in the world, make the world a little better place. And Brandon, have a drink for Brandon. Who's going to drink down under here? Fiery Red. Let's pray for Fiery Red. Yes, God bless you, Fiery Red. You're a good man, and you got me through a tough time. Here's look at these. See that I love. There's the man right there, Jeff. So he was a good guy. So thank you, Farm Girl Mom. Good to see you, as always. Bella the Bayou, all my fans, and all of Jeff's people. Thank you guys for being a supporter for him, and you guys are awesome. All right, so keep the internet happy. Keep it good place. Try not to be negative, all right? God bless you. Bye.